How's it going out there, people? So you've been thinking about starting a business. Well, let's talk about some pros and cons today. Now, I was working for corporate for a long time, and so for the last 3 years, I've actually been 1099, I have two different 1099 jobs, basically my businesses, but I think of them as jobs because that's the mindset I try to keep myself in so that I can keep waking up and working a full day because there's some flexibility in owning a business. But let's talk about the pros and cons though. Like I say, first pro is controlling your own schedule, as I was sort of elaborating on there. Yes, that's a pro, but it also can be a con because there's nobody to tell you, to get up. So you got to continue getting up. You're your own boss, so you have to control your own schedule. You have to book your own schedule, make sure your schedule is packed with meetings and things like that, because if you don't have a meeting, that's less business that you'll have that day. So that's one thing you got to keep in control of. Secondly, no ceiling for earnings. That's a great thing about owning your own business. It really does mean a lot if you don't have a ceiling. But there's also a con there. There's no bottom. Or there's the bottom, which means zero sales. Basically, if you don't sell something that week or whatever the business may be, you still need to have customers or clients or someone coming in there, whether it be you providing a service or selling a product. If you don't get anything done, if you don't have any success for that week, you don't have a paycheck for that week. So that's something that you have to keep in mind. So if you are working right now, save as much money as you can because you're going to need that. You're going to definitely need that to ride on while you're trying to build your business. 3 is you can duplicate and multiply yourself. You can hire people and train them as train them to be like your extension of you. So whether it be a real estate business as what I do, insurance, or any type of industry, you can always build your own groups, your own team. So that's one thing you could do. It's kind of hard to do that or decide you want to do that if you're working for a company. You have to work hard and be promoted and, become one of them, go into management or whatnot. They may not see that for you as you see it for yourself. And it may take you a little longer if you work for a company. But if you work for yourself, obviously there's no one that holds you back. You could just work hard and do that. There's some headache in that. That means you have to manage people. Now that's a pro and a con, You have to work on your management skills. You can create it and you can get better and it'll be a pro for you. But it could also be a con because just like you don't feel like getting up in the morning, somebody that's going to work for you may not feel like getting up and getting out in the morning, or they might have a kid that's sick or something. They have serious, real concerns that they have to deal with. And you just have to help them deal with that and figure it out. That's a part of it. So those are definitely something to think about if you want to build a team and be in control of a team. But a pro would be you can work anywhere or sell with anyone. You're not like locked into a territory for the most part. It depends on your industry. You could have a brick and mortar and you're waiting on clients to come to you. But for the most part, you can work with anybody, A con would be that you have to find your own leads or pay for your own leads. That's a major con because leads, everything runs around leads, right? If you have someone to sell to or promote to or provide a service for, you have success. If you don't, then that's a major thing that you have to figure out for your business, where to find the people that you want to support and sell to. So finding leads, you can buy them, you can start to build up your social media or whatnot and promote yourself, go out and network and create those leads for yourself. But it's the biggest part. That's a major part of owning your business. You're gonna have to create your own leads or find other companies to provide you leads, which is not gonna be free. Another one I have is, as well, you're going to be your own boss. That's a pro. So you're going to be your own boss. It can also be a con because you don't have anyone to kind of kick you, that little extra motivation, that little extra kick and push. You might have a business partner or whatnot, but for the most part, you got to get up and get out there and make it happen. So it could be a pro, could be a con. Definitely keep it in the pro category. It takes time to grow. That's a con. I mean, it's a pro and a con, honestly, because it's nothing worth building is going to be instant, right? It's going to take time. You got to build that foundation. You got to build it strong. It's going to take time. So you're going to also going back to saving your money and making sure you can weigh out the bad times, because it's going to be a little bit of a roller coaster. Tax breaks. That's a pro. You can get tax breaks. Another coin of that is that you have to save up for your taxes, because usually you got to pay them all at once at the beginning of the year. That could be a con for a lot of people. If you don't know how to budget your money, if you're spending all of your money either on your business or on bills are going to continue coming. So you may have a slow month and you may have to pay off a lot of money that you're behind on, but then tax season come around and what are you going to do? So you got to definitely create like a second. I recommend you have like a second account somewhere with your bank that you don't touch. You just use that for tax purposes. Every time you get a check, you put in whatever you expect them to pay, 15%, 20%. You got to, work with a CPA and ask them how should you go about that. But that's definitely a recommendation. And here's another con. It's going to fluctuate for you. It's going to be a roller coaster. You're going to have great months. You're going to have bad months. You're going to have great days, great weeks, bad days, bad weeks. It's going to fluctuate until you can get into a steady rhythm, especially starting off new and you're learning and building. So that goes back to saving your money and just understanding that you're just going to have to find your leads and continue to fight. Don't give up. So that's all I had today. I thought I'd share some information that I've been thinking about. I'm still going through all of those steps myself. So something that you want to think about. If you want to start, if your business is something that you can start while you're working and build that up to the point where it can replace your income and then take that leap of faith, I recommend that highly. Like real estate, for an example, you can work your 9 to 5 day-to-day job and work real estate on the weekend, start building up your clients and your leads. And then once your income becomes steady with real estate, if you want to make that your full time, just jump right on in. I highly recommend you do that. If there's a way that you can do that way with any industry that you're thinking about, go about that way. But thanks. I'm going to keep that short. Take care.